Crowd ignored a teen guitarist until Ozzy Osbourne jumped in. Don't ignore him. Please. A trembling voice whispered from the side of a dark street corner. But nobody listened. A young 16-year-old guitarist stood alone under a broken streetlight, strumming his heart out. People kept walking past him, some laughing, some shaking their heads, some recording him for mockery. None of them knew Ozzy Osbourne was standing just a few feet away, listening. And what happened next shocked the entire street and the internet. Fire before the story begins. Don't forget to subscribe to Voices of Darkness, like the video, and share with your friends. Help us reach 1,000 subscribers. If you love Ozzy Osbourne, prove your love now. It was a cold evening on Westwood Avenue, a busy street where people rushed home after work. Cars honked, neon lights flickered, and the smell of roasted nuts lingered in the air. But in the middle of this noisy chaos, a boy stood with guitar. His name was Elias. 16, skinny, brown, curly hair, and eyes filled with sadness far older than his age. He wasn't begging. He wasn't singing for money. He was singing to be heard. But the world had become too loud, too impatient, too cold. People walked past him like he didn't exist. Some threw coins with pity. Some smirked. Some said, "Kid, go home. Stop wasting time. You'll never make it." But Elias kept playing, fighting tears as he strummed chords that cracked the cold air. He played with trembling hands. Not because he was cold, but because he was terrified. Tonight wasn't just another night. Tonight would decide everything. Inside Elias' old backpack were two things. One, a hospital slip keycap, two, and a rejected audition letter his mother. The only person who believed in him was in the hospital fighting for her life. Her dream was to one day see her son perform on a real stage, but when? Elias auditioned for a local band competition earlier that day. They laughed at him. Laughed. "You're not good enough. Come back when you're older. Your voice is too weak." He walked out with tears in his eyes, clutching rejection paper. Now, under the streetlight, he was trying one last time, to prove to himself he wasn't a failure. "But nobody listens," he whispered to himself. Nobody, except one man wearing a black coat. Long, messy hair, round glasses glowing under the neon light. A man who had once been ignored, a man who had once fought the world, a man named white medium star Ozzy Osbourne. Ozzy had been staying in that city for a charity event. He didn't want attention, so he wore a hoodie and stayed in the shadows. He was walking down Westwood Avenue, drinking a small cup of tea, when he heard something, a broken chord, a shaky voice, a song too painful to ignore. Ozzy froze. Something in the boy's voice reminded him of his own teenage years, when he sang alone in the streets of Birmingham, hoping anyone would listen. Ozzy walked closer. The boy didn't notice him. He kept playing. His voice cracked at the high note. People laughed, but Ozzy, he whispered, "Don't stop, kid. Don't you dare stop." A group of teens walked by, filming the boy on their phones. "Yo, look at this wannabe rock star. Bro thinks he's in a movie scene. Sing louder," street performer. Elias lowered his head, almost stopped strumming, but just then a firm hand gently touched his shoulder. Elias looked up and froze. Those round glasses, that long hair, that unmistakable presence, Ozzy Osbourne, standing right beside him. The crowd gasped. Phones went up. People started whispering. "Is that really? No way. Holy, that's Ozzy." Ozzy didn't raise his voice. He didn't shout. He didn't push anyone away. He simply stepped in front of the boy, looked at the crowd, and spoke with calm authority. "All of you ignored him, but he's got more soul than any of you." People went silent. Ozzy turned to Elias. "Play the song again. This time, I'll listen." Elias' hand shook. "Yes, sir. I can't, people." Ozzy gently lifted the boy's chin. "Forget them. Just show me what your heart sounds like." For the first time in hours, Elias smiled, he strummed, he sang. And this time, he wasn't ignored. As Elias reached the chorus, Ozzy did something that broke the internet. He hummed along. Then, he started singing beside the boy. People screamed. Cars stopped. Pedestrians ran back. Phones recorded every second. The street turned into a concert stage. The music echoed down the block like a miracle. For 3 magical minutes, a 16-year-old ignored street guitarist performed a duet with a legend. When the song ended, Elias looked at Ozzy with tears streaming down his face. "Thank you. No one ever listens to me. Ozzy wiped the boy's tears with his hand. I listened, and I heard greatness. White Medium Star Part 7. Ozzy makes a decision that altered the boy's life. Ozzy asked, "Why were you singing here alone, kid?" Elias handed him the hospital slip. Ozzy read it. His expression changed. He gently held the boy's shoulder. "Your mom's in the hospital?" Elias nodded. "She always wanted to see me perform, but she might not." He couldn't finish his sentence. Ozzy's eyes softened. He whispered, "Then we're going to her." Elias stared in shock. "W what?" Ozzy smiled. "Let's give her the biggest performance of her life." Ozzy took Elias in his own car. No cameras, no managers, no publicity. Just a legend and a boy. They entered the hospital quietly. Elias' mother lay weak on the bed, oxygen tubes around her. But when she saw Ozzy Osbourne walking, she smiled for the first time in days. Ozzy stood next to the bed, nodded at Elias, and said, "Ready, partner?" The boy nodded. Ozzy played softly on guitar. Elias started singing. The mother cried. The nurses stopped. People gathered near the hallway. But nobody interrupted because they witnessed something sacred. A dying mother watching her son perform. With the greatest rock icon alive. When the song ended, Ozzy whispered to her, "Your son is a star. I'll make sure the world knows it." Her last tears weren't a pain, but pride. Ozzy didn't stop there, T. Heavy Checkmark paid for her treatment. Heavy Checkmark posted a video praising Elias. Heavy Checkmark invited him to perform at a charity event. Heavy Checkmark bought him a new guitar. Heavy Checkmark set him up with professional mentors. Within weeks, Elias became an internet sensation. Within months, he was performing on real stages. And every time someone asked him, "How did your life change?" he said, "Because one man listened." Elias looked into the camera and said, "If Ozzy is watching this, thank you for saving me when the world ignored me." And we just have one thing to say. Folded hands, thank you, Ozzy Osbourne. Red heart, ending call to action fire. If you enjoyed this emotional story, backhand index pointing right, subscribe to Voices of Darkness, backhand index pointing right. Like the video, backhand index pointing right, share it with your friend High Voltage. And if you love Ozzy Osbourne, help us reach 1,000 subscribers. Prove your love now. High Voltage.